Okay, frequently asked questions, and today's question is around spirituality. It's a question that came up in a workshop over the weekend, and I'd like to address this looking at it through a bit of a historical lens. Excuse me. If you go back into the origins of Chinese medicine, what you find within the classical model is that there are spirits that are associated with the internal functions. So, for example, the Hun is a rising spirit. It's classified as the ethereal soul, and it has a rising aspect to it. The Po is the corporeal soul. It has a returning aspect associated to it. Now, these are sometimes taught within Chinese medicine, but more often than not, they tend to get slightly sidelined because it's spirit. And the reason that it gets sidelined is that if you look at what happened within China in the 80s and 90s during the second resurgence of Qigong, the spiritual aspect had to be kind of not exactly removed, but de-emphasized in favor of the health aspects and the scientific process that they wanted to promote within China at that point around Qigong. So therefore we get this kind of, let's not really talk about the spirit bit, but I think it's a really important thing to bring up. There's an interesting piece here as well, because we tend to find that the emotions will get taught, but the emotions get taught sometimes as the seed of the emotion. So we don't teach about using anger as in rage in order to drive practice, but we do sometimes find that the idea of anger is used to drive practice as in the seed of anger, the thing that creates that rising force, which gets related to Hun, this ethereal soul. So there's some interesting crossovers where the emotions and the spirits intersect. I'd love to know what your ideas on this are, what your experience of it is. I think it's always interesting to try to look under the hood a little bit within Qigong, because so much of it is done for a certain population at a certain time, and the meanings within it can get quite hidden. So it's worth having the conversation. So yeah, love to know your thoughts. I'm going to run away. It's cold out here. Bye.